All right, so we have to start with the obligatory. And now we're live. And with that out of the way, welcome back to Infinite Roleplay. We have returned with more SMTT goodness. This is going to be the first in a series of loosely connected one-shots called The Land Between Tick and Talk, Episode 1.
You know, at this point, it's not now we're live that's obligatory in your videos. It's now we got to start with the obligatory. That's yes. What we start off with.
Yes, because you know what? I have to be an individual. And I was going to say a joke that I will no longer say. But we're getting back to the Between the Land and Tick and Talk, where time is a wondrous thing, a thing that moves ever forward, marching on at a steady pace that no one, not even the great old elder gods, could interrupt. Well, that's how it's supposed to be. But there's a tale of a great and evil wizard that has found a way to manipulate time. A power that even in its most minute form may be devastating. So, we need you to stop the wizard. We've discovered the entrance to the evil wizard's lair. But our strongest knights were defeated by a massive metal guardian. On that, one that left many of our brave but unprepared knights frozen in stone. So we found that the strength and skill of only truly epic heroes are required. Epic heroes such as yourselves. So from my left to my right, you can introduce yourselves and your characters and whatever wondrous intro scene you'd like, starting with Josh.
Well, I'm, of course, Josh. He's already done that. The character I'm playing is Vladriel Vargas. And was I summoned to a castle or something like that? You got to give me a little background here, man.
Okay, you're summoned to a castle. All right, this is far off in an undiscovered part of the continent of Alyssa, in a very highly foreign land where they're very militaristic. Think Spartan, but with knights. You know, all of the nobility, they train as knights, and you go to the kingdom to realize there's no knights left. There's nothing but squires and old retired knights. And you stand before the king, and he's the one telling you this tale, and he's holding back a mixture of frustration, anger, and anguish.
Well, when you see Vladriel, at least right now, he just looks like a cloaked figure holding a staff. It's a black staff with two very intricate heads. The head that is resting on the floor is that of a helm with two long, flowing, curved horns. And the head at the top of it takes the shape of a mirror. But inside the mirror, the images keep changing. It never reflects what is directly in front of it. It always reflects some sort of twisted view. And he's, of course, got a hood up, so you can't actually see what he looks like right now. I love his reactions. They're so ridiculous.
And that, my friends, was Vladriel Vargas. And we move on to Brian.
Yes, I am Brian, and I am playing a Grimrock. A massive weapon wielder. And so, you see the castle, and you see the castle doors. And at the castle doors, you see this massive figure thundering towards it. And as it approaches the doors, it finds that it cannot get under the doors because the doors are too small. So then you see a large black hole splatter across the door, enabling this giant figure to walk through. And then you hear, "Oh!" And then, taking this portable hole away, he marches on straight to the great hall. The same problem occurs, and he goes forward after another, "Oh!" And then, as this massive figure marches and stands right beside this hooded one, and then the visor of this armored giant lifts, revealing the Yeti, and he goes, "Hello!"
Yeah, the hooded figure just kind of looks up at you, still his face shadowed under the hood. Hello?
"I'm Grimrock."
The name's Vargas.
"Vargas? I don't know a Vargas."
Well, now you do.
"Let's
So
be friends."
I'm sure we'll hit it off.
"Great."
And then we move to our good friend Zabe.
Hello, I am Suhaib, and I am bringing back Dwarfington. But oh, dun dun dun. Yeah, and due to some circumstances, he lost his arm. He's now a one-armed dwarf. While he was given the opportunity to regenerate his arm, he decided not to, for reasons still unknown. And he's also here for some reason to fight again against some weird creatures, most probably. Uh, while he is afraid of being in teams because of certain experiences, he still decided to join in because he thinks that he's now good enough to defend himself, even if he's been left to dead. And he also thinks that he will probably not leave anyone else to die, hopefully. As he remembers the scene where he left his friend to be thrown by the dragon. And he walks into the castle. He sees a giant creature with wearing some armor. He doesn't know, and he says like, "Oh God, I think something's gonna go weird. I don't think anything's gonna go right." And he marches forward and just stands beside both of them with a bit of distance, trying to not interact that much with them, not get too friendly, just be silent for now. Just says hi to both of them.
"Hi!" As Grimrock stares down to the little dwarf.
And Dwarfington just looks up. I hope this won't go as bad as my last party.
"Really? When was that?"
Not too long, not too long.
Then Grimlock looks. Did you just say? Hey, did you say your arm is covered up or is it exposed?
It's covered up.
Okay.
now, Grimrock, I can read your mind, so no.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
Grimrock will get his opportunity. You're muted, Nelson.
Don't you love the snowball? The snowball's mute button. It's just a wonderful thing. The three of you are inside the castle of the great hall of Lord such and such, awaiting an audience with the king, who is just all sorts of emotionally distraught. The threat of an evil wizard with the power to manipulate time, and powerless himself, that his greatest of knights had failed. You now stand in his great hall, his last hope for trying to stop this evil wizard and whatever maniacal plans he may have. You hear calling from like the distance, beyond the creaking of a large door. Enter!
And with that, Grimrock stomps forward. And of course, carrying his massive, gargantuan, massive hammer over his shoulder. How could I miss that? Any guard he's going past,
There's actually no guards in this great hall.
Nobody at all?
No guards in the great hall. You may come across like a mannequin or two that is not, it's not a very ornately designed mannequin. It looks like it's designed to hold armor, for display, but there's no armor on display. There's just a mannequin.
Yeah, as we are passing through the hall, Dwarfington just looks around. He says, well, they did say the situation was severe, but this is way more worse than I thought it would be. No guards around. That's bad.
Guards are all dead.
You hear again, enter! That means come in.
Well, we should probably walk in despite all the guards being deceased or just on lunch break. And Vargas will begin to move forward, entering.
You hear again, are you guys coming or what?
Yeah, Dwarfington moves into...
So as you guys approach like the large door that was creaked open for you, and you cross that threshold into the throne room. I mean, everything, the construction is very nice. It's very beautiful. There's a lot of elven crafted metals and elvish alloys and marble and very ornate frescoes, and you enter the room and you see this oversized throne with this terribly old elf just sitting upon the throne. The crown he's wearing seems to nearly crush him. He's just so old. And standing at the door, on either side of either door, you see an elven child. And one of them has like this really large tankard. And he goes, welcome! You are in the court of the great Lord such and such. As he's speaking into this tankard to deepen his voice.
What's the king's name again?
His name is Lord such and such.
Zog?
No, it's Lord such and such.
Lord such and such.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Lord such and such. And Grimrock looks at the king.
How very elven.
The king slowly raises his head up. Again, a mixture of emotions and just very tight-faced, all wrinkly. Come on in.
We're here.
Yes, I see three great and brave heroes of quite varying design. Welcome. I'm in great need of your help. There is a great threat. It's great how threatening the threat is.
Yes, if you move beyond the threats, we can probably talk. I mean, I know you are stressed out, but we need to know what's going on.
Yes, my dwarven fellow. It's all. Well, the threat, the greatness of this great threat need not be understated. I've lost nearly all my knights. They've been training for centuries, you see.
They're all dead.
And he lowers his head. Then the elven child is like, "They have not returned."
So
And
they
he
are
looks
dead.
at you and grins.
Grimrock nods. They're all dead.
Well, Illyrian came back. Illyrian, he's ooh. Maybe he shouldn't have come back, but he came back. And the king, Lord such and such, on his throne is struggling to raise his head and then let it drop really quick. In the best vestiges of a nod that he can muster.
Who's that guy?
Lyrian. He's came back with great tales of the evil. Great tales indeed. His head kind of swings to one side and he kind of tries to steady himself with his hands.
Is he a warrior?
Yes, he was one of my great knights.
Is he sick?
I fear the ordeal has driven him mad. Mad! Indeed. Mad indeed.
That's terrible.
It made the great knight Illyrian crazy.
So the only one who knows about everything that went through is that person, or did he share everything with you?
Well, he said that the rest of our knights were bested by a creature of metal. One so powerful to turn the great knights of my kingdom to stone.
They're all stone man?
The creature and the evil wizard now have a garden of my men to decorate their kind of lifts his head back up. Their threshold with. I'm left with only the eldest and youngest of knights to defend my kingdom.
Dude, that's bad. How many knights you got?
And then the kid with the cup kind of raises the cup forward in a fist, and then his hand with all his fingers. This many. I mean, we have many.
5? You've got 5.
The second kid. No, there we have more. Just at well, not all of us finished our training. It takes a very long time to train to be as good as a knight of the kingdom should be, but we're not bad. We're just not as we can't. I don't want to turn to stone.
Well,
He kind of like slumps in.
You've still got a few hundred years to go before.
Dwarfington looks at the king and just give him the serious look. Why would you even send all of your knights out there? What has that wizard done?
Do you not understand? They're great menacing threat, manipulating time could pose.
How do you know he manipulates time? Or they manipulate time?
There's a story from an eyewitness.
And how old is this eyewitness?
Well, he was as old as he ever was going to be in the story. He ran into himself, you see. And he kind of like raises his head and leans it back on the throne and raises his hands up and he starts counting. Okay, the child version of him ran into the adult version of him, and they discovered it was him. And on his way back to report back to me, and he kind of goes to the other hand, ran into the very old version of him, which was walking and holding the baby version of him. And the adult version of him made it back to tell me of his eyewitness account. And he kind of leans back forward to unrest his head to look at you in the eyes and then just starts drooping.
Interesting. But it isn't that hard to run into yourself.
Oh, but there was himself at different ages.
It's a bit harder. But how old was he when he did this?
Well,
like, was he your age?
Oh, he came back a much younger man than me.
So the eyewitness that himself was the time traveler or the one who controlled the time?
He traveled a bit too close to the wizard's lair. I guess time was all a whack.
Did you try taking the bad wizard's clock away?
We couldn't even make it.
We need to take the bad wizard's clock away.
And he kind of like musters back some tears. You can see his dry face, the watering of his eyes. We could. All the knights failed.
And now the kingdom has no knights left to defend. And
so you've sent for us.
Yes. Great and traveled heroes of powerful heroes. As he lifts his head back up.
With that, Grimrock gets a thought bubble of the king sitting there, and then Grimrock just slapping the king away with all these intricate stick figures, and then making himself king. And he goes,
You must be careful. You see, the metal monster can turn you to stone. And he kind of winces. And as he does, the tears that were welling up, sort of by consequence, just fall out of his eye across his dry face.
Grimrock not want to turn to stone.
No, but this needs to be done. Could you imagine the havoc an evil wizard could unleash if he were to master this power?
Would be an interesting power.
We have to steal his clock.
That isn't that is the source of his power, then yes.
Grimrock knew it.
Okay, we get it that time controlling time is a strong power. It's a really great threat. It can be. But has he done anything yet that's bad? From what you said, you were the ones to attack him.
He turned all my lights into stone.
Yes, but he has a good point. He may have just been defending himself.
Then one of the kids, the one that doesn't have the mug, he kind of like tugs at your robe. And Lord such and such has started carrying on. Don't you understand? Evil is an evil. The evil, the great evil. The evil. It is an evil wizard. Evil wizards don't do good. And he's carrying on, just saying that. And the child is like, I don't know, but Lord such and such is evil. You're not evil? Are you evil?
As he says that, I kind of kneel down, look at him, and from the shadow of my my hood, I just smile, and you see the faintest white as my fangs show.
Dwarfington gave him a piercing look. He just says, if I were evil, or we, you wouldn't be alive at this point. You're as defensive.
Grimrock would be king now. And then another thought bubble of coming up, and Grimrock still thinking about becoming King Grimrock.
There's the kid turns around really quick when you say that, and his eyes sort of just widen. You're a king too?
Well, he didn't say it. He's thinking about king.
Oh, I thought you said Grimrock King now.
No, he's thinking about it in his little stick fingers. And
all right.
No, child, we are not evil.
So you're heroes. You have to stop the bad guy.
But who's the bad guy?
The one that turned everybody to stone.
Even if he was defending himself?
But they were turned to stone.
But there's nuances in good and bad.
Dwarfington stopped Vargas from talking, and he's like, I don't think that he's going to give us any information, even if we say, I mean, he's thinking he's evil. Is it even of any use to talk to him?
Oh.
But they were turned to stone.
Grimrock don't want to turn to stone.
Yes,
Grimrock,
child.
Grimrock wants something that not make us stone.
I'm not sure we have a defense against this. They obviously don't.
It's still a high risk. I mean, we do need to know why we are fighting that person. But this guy, King, you're just saying that he's evil, even though you were the one to attack him. There must be something, right?
Regardless, I will accept this mission as he has offered my king quite a substantial sum. Elven metal to make weapons, I believe.
Grimrock not know why he came here.
Okay.
Don't worry, Grimrock. I'm the same.
Grimrock not want to turn to stone.
But you're too strong. And he looks at Grimrock, but he has to look really high at Grimrock, like almost falling backward. And mind you, this entire time, Lord such and such is still carrying on about how evil an evil wizard is. And the kid's just looking up, but you're too strong. Look, you can't be turned to stone. There's too much of you.
And then Grimrock looks down as if a skyscraper, skyscraper's looking down. Grimrock knows Grimrock is so strong, but Grimrock doesn't know how to stop turning into stone.
I just kind of look up at Grimrock. He's not that big.
And Dwarfington looks at Vargas. He says, yes, from your perspective, maybe.
No, I can be that big if I want to.
Probably.
This entire time, the king, Lord such and such, is still carrying on in the background. And then you just hear, "Then it's settled. I hope to hear back from you in a few days with good news of the defeat of the vile and evil wizard." And he raises his hand, and he's actually shaking that much.
Yes.
Doesn't seem that we can do more here.
The man is senile. What more do you want to get from him?
You hear
His medication regimen?
You hear the other
There's nothing that
kid,
could help him yet.
the kid with the
Yeah.
tankard. "Okay, you can go now." "That means leave."
For instance, there is a child as the person who announces guests.
And the other one sort of
don't
starts,
have anybody else.
the other one tugs at you. He goes, "That's because they killed all our parents, you dolt."
Oh, I typically don't feed off of children. Suppose I could make an exception.
He kind of looks like, "What?"
Nothing to worry yourself about. And I reach down and pat his head.
The kid with the tankard speaks into it again. "I said you can go."
Yeah, Dwarfington is gonna go out with not such a good mood, as all he said was he's evil.
I walk out too.
Grimrock follows.
All right, so as you guys walk
And
out,
on the way back, like when we leave the room and Dwarfington is just mumbling to himself, what does he mean, not he, just evil? I mean, evil has to be something, right? Maybe evil is something like Hellblaze, maybe who kill people, something like that. Just having an ability to control time is not enough to make one evil. And he just holds his figurine close to him, just thinking through what he will do, or
So
think of if he will be evil or not. Yeah.
so let's just go talk to the guy.
You turn you to stone.
That does seem to be the option, but since the knights attacked, we might have difficulty talking to the guy himself.
Yes, but only one of us looks like a knight.
you hear the doors in the background.
Grimrock's not a knight.
One of the kids runs out. "Oh, yeah, and here," and he hands you like a piece of parchment, and turns around and runs away.
Open up the parchment.
Basically, a pretty rudimentary map. It says "You are here, bad guy here."
And then the loading screen, and we reach to the bad guy.
I turned the map around. Look, they gave us a map.
Yes, maybe we should
We can
try to.
follow that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should burn it. Maybe there's a secret behind it or something.
No, I'm pretty sure it's drawn in crayon. So
Grimrock can draw in crayon. But Grimrock didn't draw a map.
you're a pride to your people, aren't you?
Grimrock's amazing.
Must be the smartest.
Grimrock is smartest. Grimrock can also hit very hard.
Aye. Good for you.
So, assuming you're going to follow your highly detailed map from where you are to where the bad guy is, leaving the kingdom and going on your trek 2, maybe 3 days travel at the most, hearing the sort of intro song you would hear in a lot of merry melodies, titles like da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh, we left.
Opening cutscene for the actual thing is starting. That was kind of like before it was an intro. We were given a mission, and now
Yeah. And like you go through, you follow the roads, you go over some hills, you weave through a forest, and then there's like an open plain, and you can see it in the distance that there's like a mountain that doesn't belong there. And then it seems like it's a sea of green that's literally rolling towards the mountain like waves. And as you draw closer to it, you can see trees growing and growing and growing, and then like going through seasons, changing colors, leaves falling, growing back, growing again, and then shrinking, and then going in reverse until nothing but grass again. And it's just happening repeatedly, and this is what you see as you're approaching.
Grimrock will be going,
Grey rock, rock.
Dwarfington is amazed at the phenomena that he's seeing right now. He just goes, wow. I wonder. I don't know if he's evil or not, but this is amazing.
You will also know that about halfway through the journey, Vargas turned into a wolf. Like he let his staff go and it just disappeared. And for most of this adventure, after he twisted around and his cloak folded in on itself and just became a wolf.
are you in front of Grimrock or behind him?
Oh, God. You would have seen me at some points. Just get it over with.
And Grimrock gives Vargas the biggest hug. Because it was always Grimrock's ambition to have a pet dog. And seeing this dog come out of nowhere, he gives him the biggest hug ever.
I got a nice wee donkey. Grimrock,
Let me go!
Grimrock, call your nice name. Grimrock, you feed you. Grimrock takes you for walkies.
Let me go, you large oaf!
Grimrock not letting you go. Grimrock's so happy he's got a dog that can talk.
Put me
And
down.
He's starting to stroke you behind the ear, you know, giving the
Yay, doggy.
I'm Vargas, you giant oaf.
He's a Vargy doggy. Where's the other guy?
You're holding him!
Dwarfington knows that that's Vargas, and he's like to Grimrock. Apparently, he left somewhere in the middle.
Oh, he ran away. But we got a dog.
I'm going to bite
Which
you.
one of us is happy?
So this continuing farce that is going on, the opposition of the wolf form of Vargas, Grimrock being unimaginably elated at the fact that he's now holding a doggy, and Dwarfington obviously not helping out any, and just amusing, drawing amusement from this, from what's going on, walking through this forest that all the trees are literally growing and they're aging rapidly and then reverse aging just as rapidly. It's very odd. They always seem to grow in the same places, though. So it's not a maze to go through. There's a path that can be followed. And funnily enough, the map is like dead on, as simplified as it is. Until you eventually like reach a clearing before the mountain. And before you know it, you're like halfway walking into just a lot of stone statues, just thousands upon thousands of stone statues. They fill this clearing, and most of them, the ones that you're seeing, most of them look like they're frozen and like they were turning to run from combat because they look like they're running away from the mountain. There's other statues that are on the floor that are broken in half, but you don't know where the top half is. Some statues missing heads and arms and whatnot. And you can only imagine that this is what the Lord such and such mentioned.
Dwarfington, you can go.
Go ahead.
No, go. Okay, so Dwarfington sees these statues and he just tries to investigate if they are really just like stones, or are they like frozen in time, maybe.
For all intents and purposes, they appear stone, both to the eye and to the sense of touch.
And Grimrock looks to Vargas, who's still underneath his arm.
Look at that little Vardy doggy. Look at that. Look at all those poor little men.
I'm biting his
All
finger.
dead.
What did you say?
I'm biting his finger.
Oh, he can bite all the wee puppy duppies on the big river.
That's it. As an action, I am changing into my hybrid form.
So go ahead. How do you change into this form?
You just see him start to growl, and at first he just seems like he's getting bigger.
Still holding you.
Ooh.
Then his
Grimrock looks a bit confused.
front legs turn into like you can see the paws extending into fingers and thumbs, and they turn into arms. And finally, a large head, and he's the same size as you now.
Ooh.
Muscular, covered in black fur. He looks you in the eye.
Grimrock looks very confused, and he looks at Dwarfington.
Yeah, Dwarfington explains, don't worry, Grimrock. That's just a doggy which has the ability to turn into a humanoid form.
I'm
So
Vargas.
it's still a dog. It's still a dog then. I maybe doggy wuggy wuggy.
Put me down, you stupid oaf.
Don't you be calling me that, or you're not gonna get your doggy treat.
Grimrock, remember the robed man you met in the castle?
Yes?
That's me!
What?
It's me.
You guys can hear in the background just a very faint sort of cry of no, and just echoes in this clearing.
You're like Gwildor.
I have no idea who that is, but yes.
And then there's this series of drawings that's going into these thought bubbles of how Gwildor is able to change form, how Sir William Gold is able to change form from man to animal, and then it just clicks to Grimrock. Vargas can change into a dog.
Oh, that's so nice of Vargas to do that for Grimrock.
And then he puts you down. He puts you down and starts cleaning up your fur. You know.
He's such a nice Vargas doing that for Grimrock, being like Gwildor and Sir William Gold. That's so nice of you.
Fine, but stop petting me.
Dwarfington is like, it was fun while it lasted, but he, at the sound of the scream, he tries to identify which direction that scream might have come from. We-
It was one scream, but it
Mhm.
sounds like it was coming closer to the base of this mountain.
Nelson,
Yeah,
did you
so-
say that some of their heads are severed?
Some of the heads of the statues are missing. Some of the statues have missing limbs. Some are missing their entire upper half from the waist up, and they're gone. Like that was your initial. That's what you saw initially. You know, your passive perceptions would have revealed.
Is any of them Grimrock size?
They all look like elves. Some look like they could be human. The statues don't look very ornately crafted. They're kind of like, the features are partially smoothed. They don't look like they're people frozen. They just look like statues, and not even of unexceptional craft.
As we hear the scream, and Grimrock finally puts me down, Vargas waves his hand in the air, and a large mirror suddenly appears in front of him, shimmering into existence. A full-length mirror. And then as he taps his staff on the ground and walks through the mirror, he becomes invisible.
Grimrock.
Dwarfington seeing the... Sorry, you can go.
Oh, Grimrock was just gonna look at you confused.
Yeah, Dwarfington seeing Vargas disappearing like this, he's kind of reminded of his traumas where Barlow kind of vanished and left him alone, but he looks at Grimrock and he eases down. He's like, okay, this time someone's with me.
And a few minutes later, literally seconds, another Vargas appears, stepping out of the mirror as I cast Project. Still invisible because it's an Icaul's Mirror spell.
So after this magic is sort of cast, any one of you astute enough to notices one or two of the statues that still have their heads remaining, kind of just turn to look at what's going on.
Grimrock sees this.
Grimrock's not gonna stay. Grimrock's gonna go home.
Grimrock turns around to leave.
Dwarfington gets kind of active too. He steps back, trying to stay close to Grimrock. He steps back a bit.
Grimrock is turning around to leave.
No, we can't leave right now, Grimrock. We have to
Why?
move forward.
That's
We have to.
creepy.
I know that's creepy, but we have to push forward. We have a job to do here.
But that's creepy.
Exactly.
So with the notion of pushing forward and have a job to do, and that it's creepy, right? Would you gentlemen, what's your passive initiatives? Just so I know. I'm going to use passive
Mine
initiative.
would be
Passive
Mine would-
perception.
11.
Initiative. 10 plus your dexterity bonus.
Mine's
Means my
10.
passive initiative would be 13.
Mine's 10.
And Dwarfington?
11.
11.
Yep.
All right. So Vargas and Dwarfington. Grimrock, you see this, but it seems to be happening like split seconds. You see the statue starting to turn, and they look like they're running towards you. Not all of them, but some of them. And by some of them, I mean some of the thousands upon thousands. And they all run, they turn and make motions to run towards you. But you guys actually can act first.
Well, as Grimrock sees it first, and then I take it the other two didn't see.
Yeah, Vargas is the first to react to this.
Right.
So it's Vargas, Dwarfington, then Grimrock will act on the same turn as they do.
Vargas is going to take the shaft of his staff, and you see him thumb one little ring of the staff. And the projection I have is the same as me. It has the same weapon, right?
It's just a projection.
Okay. So you actually see the projection do this.
My mouse.
I can't give the projection my weapon.
You can if you want.
The projection slowly turns the ring.
Wait a minute. Your weapon is your
Soul blade. That's right.
Yeah, you can't give him your weapon because if you do, it'll just disappear.
I figured he'd have an illusory one.
Yeah.
Like he would have the same weapon as me, just it would be an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
So what you don't see is that Vargas is actually doing this. But the projection, you see the projection slowly spinning a ring as the staff grows to large size and a massive serrated blade springs off of the end of it.
Grimrock says, "That's Grimrock's doggy."
And he just readies himself.
All right. What are you readying as your action?
I'm readying to see if they attack. And if they do, I'm going to quickly cast Unbreakable Mirror.
All right. And Dwarfington?
Okay, so they are running, but are they making like an attack pose? Are they like trying to swing a sword or something?
Well, they look like they're running into attack. Like you're absolutely surrounded, and it's still not as many statues as you see. There's other statues that still look frozen, but there's more than you can count. There's they're swarming. They're literally swarming in towards you, and there's nothing friendly about their motions.
Okay, so what Dwarfington does is he stands near Grimrock, and he holds his figurine of Mother and starts chanting as if asking for help. And under his foot, it kind of a light starts to appear, and it creates a circle, a huge circle of I don't know how many feet, but it starts growing. And all of a sudden, these spirits appear. They look really scary. Not really scary, they're actually white. They look like angels, but they are a lot in number. Dwarfington casts Spiritual Guardian as a level 5 spell.
All right.
Yep. In preparation, so if any enemy comes in, they are doomed. I think so. Oh well.
And
I don't think I can do anything else.
Yeah, can you do anything else?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now. I doubt it. Nope, I can't. Nope. I cannot.
Okay, so Vargas, you're casting your Unbreakable Mirror because they are coming in for an attack?
Yeah, I spend 5 recoveries to cast Unbreakable Mirror as a 5th level spell.
Okay.
So you see his 1 mirror shatter as 3 more appear.
And this is going to be a bit nasty. They're all going to swarm in and attack, and there's so many of them that each one of you has to roll a dexterity save.
Did you? Wait.
You go at the same time they do. Remember I said you go simultaneously?
Yeah.
So they're going, and so are you. You want to say what you want to do first?
No, I thought I was missed or something.
No. So would the three of you please roll me dexterity saves?
Sure.
Saves. 30 saves.
Can they see me? Are they attacking, or is this the overwhelming number?
It's just an overwhelming number.
Okay.
14.
19.
And Grimrock?
I'm using Indomitable.
Okay, so Grimrock saves. Grimrock, you survive. You take 88 points of bludgeoning damage.
Idiot.
8, yes. As like there's just an innumerable amount of these things. There's like at least like 1,000 just kind of crashing on you guys like waves. Yeah, go ahead, Grimrock.
And that's 44 to me because my
No. That's it. You take 88 for your success because your allies are taking that much.
Whoa.
I take
Jumping on top of one of my mirrors.
Those who failed the save take 116 bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
shit. What did I do here? So I take 40. Did you say idiot?
Yeah, you take 88. So I'm typing it down.
Minus.
No, you take 88. Your Indomitable lets you take the half, right? Half on a save.
Well, I'm beat up.
And as they're crashing down on you guys, they managed to crash down on Dorfington as well. You know,
I
they
have to make a Constitution save
all right.
for concentration.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So do I.
The save DC for my concentration would be my save DC, right?
No, it wouldn't be your save DC. It's
What-
based on oh crap, I forget. Why is my brain not working?
It's based on the damage.
Yeah. Wow, my brain just shut off.
I can't remember what it would 116 would turn into.
I think it's half the damage done. Oh, give me a second. Let me just look through here because I got a ton of things open.
We can't hit 88, so
Nah. Let's see. Casting spells, mana, well. Casting at higher level, casting times, range, component, spell durations. Where's spell durations? Concentration. Taking damage. Whenever you take damage from a non-minion, you must make a Constitution save to maintain concentration. The DC is half the damage done or 10, whichever is higher. So the DC would be 44.
Oh, damn.
yeah, I
I
ain't hitting that.
fail.
All right. So
Couldn't hit that if I tried. So my projection winks out of existence.
yep, your projection just crumbles and shatters away like 1,000 pieces of glass. And as your spiritual guardians are fading away, all of you notice that the thousands of these statues that are attacking you are actually starting to crumble. As your spiritual guardians are actually taking a bunch of these things with them.
Yay, it helped.
Yeah. And
How many
it's
thousands are remaining?
it looks oddly enough like they were about to start piling on you, And instead, there's just nothing but dust around you, Dwarfington, within a 15-foot radius. But there's more. So they look like the ones that were moving were cut down to about half.
Cool.
But they're still piling in and swarming in on you guys. And it's Vargas's go.
Yeah, I'm jumping on top of one of my mirrors.
Okay.
And I'm moving this mirror 30 feet up in the air as a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
What I'm doing.
Grimrock looks up at you and snorts with disapproval.
And then, holy shit. 3. I'm going to spend another 6 recoveries to overcharge massive projection.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all I can do.
So how do you bring this massive projection into being?
You just see him wave his hand, and right where Grimrock and Dwarvington are still standing, this massive form of Vargas appears with an even larger scythe in his hand. And that would be... See, I cast it at 3rd level and overcharged it.
That's a cost of 6.
So, a colossal projection.
So now you're fighting in the shadow of Vargas.
Grimrock looks up and goes, "Oh, big dog."
Oh, let's rewind. I'm sorry. This time I actually did skip Grimrock.
Oh, you did? Yes.
Ever so sorry. Before you fight in the shadow of Vargas, what does Grimrock do?
Grimrock takes a defeat minions action.
A defeat minions action. When you go to defeat minions, the sort of very badass motions that you would make to crumble and fell such pathetic creatures such as minions don't seem to work on these guys. There is just too many of them, and they're all moving together like one pulsating mass of stony death. And then Vargas runs away into the air, riding on top of his mirror, and makes this giant copy to let you guys fight in the shade. And then, after that, we move to Dwarfington.
Yep. Dwarfington's turn again. Okay, so... Can do that, but that's not that much of a healing.
Did you take the amulet of the martyr?
No, I should have. I took the... Yeah, I should have done that. But no, I did not. But anyways, where did it go? Magic.
I don't know where it went.
Yeah,
I didn't go anywhere. I'm right here.
My magic went away, and I'm finding it now. But
You are, I presume you're very hurt.
Yep, very. I'm beat up. I'm almost dead. Okay, so...
Grimrock flashing back. Go ahead.
If my charisma is 0, does preserve life heals me for 0, or minimum is 1?
Preserve life?
Yeah, no. Preserve life is 5 cross charisma cross AP, right? So
5 plus charisma plus AP?
Yeah, 5 multiplied by charisma multiplied by AP.
Yeah, so it'd be your AP. Wow. Why do you not have any charisma?
That's what I would like to know now.
You made him.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. That's what I would like to know now.
Yeah, well, anything multiplied by 0 is a 0.
Yeah. Can I change my stats right now? It's just like moving intelligence to charisma.
Go ahead. I'm gonna kill you now, but you can change your stats.
Oh no, you're not gonna kill me now.
All right. Well,
Killing is not allowed.
so then, like,
Okay, anyways.
you see all the statues, and then the clouds overhead, and this massive projection. The other foot coming down, and right before it hits, it stops in the air. All the stone guys just stop. The cloud of smoke and dust, right, from the ones destroyed by the spiritual guardian, it stops. And everything stops. And then you just see up in the sky this little brownie sitting on a cloud looking down at Dwarfington, twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah, but anyways, Dwarfington is gonna cast Cure Wound on. Who should he cast it on? Who can help me more? Would it be even of any help to me? Let's see. What else do I have? How dare you throw so many enemies? Okay, anyways, he's gonna cast Cure Wounds on Grimrock. So I'm probably gonna die anyways. Cure Wound, Cure Wound, Cure Wound. Yeah, so Cure Wound at level 5 would be 5d8 multiplied by 4. So let me roll that. Dice stream open up. One, two, three, four, 5. That's 8, 14, 15, 19, 26, and 26 into 4 would be
26 times 4?
that's gonna take Grimrock back to max. I'm pretty sure.
It should be 92. So yeah.
Yeah, so Grimrock goes back to max. And as for me, I heal 4. I heal 4. Where did you go?
Where do you go, my lovely? Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, I heal for 16 HP.
And like with that, the brownie just hovering on a cloud in the sky presses a disembodied triangle. And then the second foot of this massive projection crashes to the ground. The clouds begin moving again. The dust starts to settle and be tossed out by all the moving statues. All right, cool. Now, the statues are acting again, trying to swarm up on you guys. So that requires except for Vargas. No, except for Vargas, who's hiding on a floating mirror up above you all. Would Grimrock and Dwarfington roll dexterity saves for me?
No, I failed. I rolled a 9.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I think Brian was expecting more time from you, as he will be right back.
I got 16.
A 16? Okay, the both of you take 116 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
116?
That's the full damage, yeah.
Last time I got 88.
Yeah, because you used Indomitable, right?
So I take it that 16 is not very good then?
A 16 is a failure.
Dude, I got a 19 last time and failed.
What's the damage?
116. So it's 116.
116.
Ah, okay. And it's actually your turn, Grimrock. After getting, you guys are getting piled in by these statues, and they're swinging swords and axes and hitting you with like these stoned, shields and pummeling on you guys, just round after round after round. Whatever ones that you could have dodged, there's like 7 more sitting there crashing into you. So Grimrock, what is it that you do now?
Grimrock is like he's getting pounded here, but he's roaring like a furious yeti. You hear this big lion roar as I'm going to take a massive
Massive swing.
A massive swing.
Okay.
Okay. It's 21.
Just tell me what kind of damage you would do.
That is.
It's not like you can miss with your massive swing, since you're attacking everything within that AOE, and there's like no room. Like you guys are literally getting piled. They're climbing over each other trying to fight you.
Okay, that's 60. That'll be 60. I'm taking these things have lower AP than me. So that's,
Yeah.
if so, that'll be 68 bludgeoning and fire damage.
68 bludgeoning and fire damage?
Yeah.
All right. You remember that scene in Lord of the Rings? Sauron? Basically that happens. You blast away just you can't even count how many of them you blasted away. Like you smashed into them, and there's like they exploded, and there's parts of just statue that have nearly molten metal in there from all the heat from the fire damage you did, and they're just going everywhere. And it takes a moment. But above head, Vargas, you can see like this cloud sort of explode, and it looks like it consumes the majority of them. And as the dust settles, you see that there's a very small amount of them left. What is it that you do, Vargas?
Vargas's massive projection.
Oh, go ahead, Grandma.
Did I just get one massive swing, or?
Yeah, you sacrifice all your attacks to get a massive swing, and then I think when you hit 18th level, you can do a massive swing with every attack.
All right, okay. Yeah, you said that before to me. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
The massive projection of Vargas is just going to bring his hand down on all the ones that are left. If he can get them all in a single strike.
You could, but you'd probably get your allies as well.
Okay,
they're piling in.
First, he is going to reach down and pick up both of his allies.
Okay, that'd be like a grapple.
Yeah, it would if they're not willing to be picked up. Are you going to let him pick you up?
What do you mean? That's
Well, I don't think Dorfington has a say in it.
Yeah, I'm
Probably.
down, bro.
Grimrock will probably look very, very surprised. So he's going to allow it because he's surprised.
The massive projection is going to reach down and pick the both of them up.
okay. Are you moving after that, or are you just staying around? Or should I say you're a massive projection?
He's just standing there.
Okay.
They're what, up to his shins now?
Your massive projection? No. They're up to its ankles. They're up to its ankles, and because I know you're using Unbreakable Mirror, there's nothing that they can do as far as damage, straight damage.
And then it's a bonus action. I'm turning my mirror sideways so I can actually stand on it rather than holding on, and moving it another 30 feet up into the air.
Okay, now with now Dwarfington, you're down, and you're in the palm of this massive version of Vargas. Let's get a get back in the fight roll from you.
And it's a 4.
That's a failure. So then we move to all these stone things, and they're just clamoring and clattering, and they're starting to climb up the massive projection. They're grabbing at whatever tufts of fur, which are of the length and width of great, well-made ropes, just dragging their stone selves up, but they're not able to get quite that high up this projection. They get up to about knee height, and Grimrock, in the palm of this gigantic, this colossal Vargas, what is it that you do?
Grimrock's starting to think to himself he doesn't want to be Vargas's pet. But then he's like,
Grimrock don't want to be your pet.
but then he looks down to Dwarfington and I guess Grimrock will be trying to help him up.
Okay, so you're doing you're fine. So Dwarfington, you can get back in the fight. So take a level of Haggard and raise your hit points that you're beat up. And
beat up is...
yeah. And then in the massive projection's palm, on invisible on your indestructible mirror, 60 feet in the air, which is nearly as high as your colossal projection. Vargas, what is it that you do?
Yeah, I'm the massive projection is going to lift up one of his legs, the leg that they're climbing on. Are they climbing on both legs?
There's only enough of them left to climb up one.
He lifts the leg up almost chest height and slams it down hard.
Okay. All right, so we'll just say almost chest height, about 50, 60 feet up.
Yeah.
So 30 points of damage?
Roughly.
As they all just on the floor. A bunch of them shatter. Oddly enough, Grimrock's swings seem to destroy more. Like, you can tell this from watching what's going on.
And Grimrock's swaying up at this height. He's never actually remembered being up this high before, other than the buildings. But this is quite an experience to him. And then he's holding Dwarfington by his shoulder and goes,
Grimrock, not know how we got to be so small now.
It's not that we are small. It's just like he grew a bit too big.
Oh,
and Grimrock looks at the of Vargas's face and then leans in more to Dwarfington.
Grimrock not want to be his pet hamster.
Don't worry, he would shrink down eventually. You know how they just go big all of a sudden.
Yeah, and for a point of reference, for the one that's watching, this would be Grimrock, which is a Yeti right here. And let's see, just above this pink thing, this pink monster, and this yellow bar, that's how big Vargas is right now.
We're on his hand.
And yeah, he's holding you guys, and it's in the palm of his hand. So it's actually Dwarfington's turn to decide what is it in this situation that will be done.
So Dwarfington tells Grimrock to let him go. He stands on his own feet now. Dwarfington just kind of like places his hand forward, and as he does that, it's kind of like, you know, as if he touched some kind of liquid or something. And as the camera rolls around, you can see another Dwarfington on the other side. The only difference that is there is just that he's not wearing the armor that I am wearing. He uses the feature, he makes himself a copy, and he gains a bit of insanity.
And
Now you
Grimrock,
can see, yeah.
Grimrock sees this, brings his hand to his head, and gasps.
That's you. That's you with no clothes on. And he's lost his arm.
You know, Dwarfington in sync, both of them says to Grimrock, yes, it's me, both of them. They're both me. You know, like double voicing.
Grimrock looks from real Dwarfington to naked Dwarfington and back to real Dwarfington. It's just it is his bubble, the bubbles, the clouds are forming over his head, trying to piece this together with Dwarfington drawings and his thought bubbles, and lots of question marks are appearing in this thought bubble.
You don't have to worry, not a bit, Grimrock. I will protect you better this time, hopefully. And you know, the copy.
Yeah.
Around him, another circle appears, which is again like 15 feet, and he casts Spiritual Guardian at level 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's spiritual guardians in the palm of this colossal Vargas.
Yep.
And the creatures, the stone creatures, the statues are crawling up, and they get having to move from the floor again. They just rush and climb back up to about knee height of your colossal projection, Vargas. And Grimrock, now you're like bathed in light. There's these spiritual angelic beings circling about around this palm. What is it that you do?
Grimrock is very, very confused, but also very, very beat up right now. And I'm not sure what he can do at this height. If any of them is in reach or anything.
No, your guys are in the palm. I'm assuming you're at least waist high, if not higher. And these things are climbing up, and they're only about to the knee of this version of Vargas.
Take us higher.
So I think Grimrock will take one of his healing potions.
Okay.
And healing potions, do they heal you for greater healing? Does that heal you for 10?
The greater healing. What, you didn't write any of this down? All right, cool. I got to tab over to a different place and open up this different thing because I have too many things open at the same time. Now, just greater.
Yeah, just greater.
Yeah, greater heals you for 10 hit points.
That's me up to 50 at least.
And Vargas, with these things climbing back up your leg again, or your massive projections, your colossal projections leg. What is it that you do?
Okay. First, I hope this works. Otherwise, I'm kind of fucked.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are we kind of going to be fucked with you?
No. Well, no, maybe. It's possible.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You know, I had a bad feeling when I brought Dwarfington back. I should have just brought Reggie.
First off, in a 30-foot move, could I get down to where one of the top things of these are, preferably by itself?
The top what things?
The things climbing Vargas's leg.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can get to about the waist height of because remember I said your massive projection is roughly it's a little over 60.
Yeah.
So you can get down to about his waist, his midpoint, or just like halfway down the thigh.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to move my my mirror 30 feet down.
Okay.
And situate it right near where his leg will go by. Then as my action, I'm going to try to time it right to where he raises up his leg to stomp down again. I'm grabbing one of these things and grappling it off of him.
Okay. And what are you doing? You just stomp down?
Yeah.
Like before, or well, no, not like before because you would be able to grapple.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll roll like a little save. What's your spell save?
My spell save DC is 15, 16, 17.
Is definitely higher than what they got. So you can grapple one, not a problem. He can't even resist you. Doesn't even look like he resists you. It almost looked like he turned to look at you right before you grabbed him. And then when your colossal projection stomps its foot, they all seem to just like clamor and fall, and but they don't take nearly as much damage in doing so.
Okay. That's fine. I just
only
needed
a
one
handful
grapple.
break. Yeah.
And I don't think I can take. Is my bite attack a bonus action? I don't think it is.
No.
So no, I can't take any actions from just after that.
That leaves Dwarfington.
Yeah, so the original Dwarfington, he decides to use the feature of Fairy Godchild. Oh no, wait a second, did I say that right? Yeah, anyways. And he decides to use all of his recoveries to summon the Master Feyblade.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of like this dimension opens from where this massive sword appears. And it's floating right by his side. Now, as for the other Dwarfington, he decides to use Hallow Ground with Overcharge.
Okay. So now there's twice as many spiritual guardings floating around the palm of this colossal projection.
No, wait a second. Did I use Spiritual Guardian with that? No,
Yeah,
no. Sorry.
Last round.
Yeah. I can't. Sorry, I'm not going to do that because that's going to break my concentration. Instead, I'm gonna cast Cure
You have
Wound
that figurine that allows you to.
Oh, that's with the original Dwarfington, right? So I cannot
Okay.
give it to the other one. So, anyways, I cast Cure Wound at level 4 on Grimrock.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 48.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you go? Let's see, where am I looking? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 8, 15, 19, 26, and wow, I rolled the same number, 26 and into 4.
92. So Grimrock, you heal for 92 hit
92.
points.
Thank you.
Are you back to max or no?
No, but he's above his speed up threshold.
Yeah.
All right. So the copy of Dwarfington cast Hallowed Ground, which means that everyone within, what is it, 30 feet?
No, he didn't. He didn't because if he casted
okay.
Hologram, I would have lost concentration on the Spiritual Guardian.
All right, cool. No problem. So you still have Spiritual Guardians on.
Yeah.
All right. Are you moving or are you standing where you are? Any version of you?
No, both of them are standing like right around Grimrock.
Yeah, in the palm. You guys are on the palm.
Yep.
So that means these things are starting to climb. The ones that are swarming are starting to try to climb up again. Their numbers are dwindling. Some of them look like they have chips and stuff missing, and they're just still grasping at the fur of this colossal projection climbing back up. And then there's the one that Vargas himself, the real Vargas, grappled, floating on this mirror.
Oh, and you guys can see me now floating on the mirror. When I grappled him, I would have become visible.
And this thing is going to attack Vargas. Like, no attempts to break a grapple, just straight up wild attacking. But he's all by his lonesome. And what's Vargas's AC again?
17.
Oh, 17 now. Okay. Give me a second to tab over to see how much one of them is. Because now he's all by himself. I got an 18 total. So Vargas, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Still up.
And Grimrock.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually your go, Grimrock.
Yeah, but Grimrock can't really do very much from up here.
Well, I mean, you can heroically jump off of the palm down into the sea of just stone and do whatever you want. I mean, it's entirely up to you. You can do whatever you want.
Is Grimrock's bow visible?
Grimrock is visible. What are you talking about?
Grimrock's bow, Titan bow that he has, is it visible or is it in his bag?
It's in his back. It's on his back.
Back? You mean it's not in the portable hold, right?
No. In his back.
Yeah,
It's in his back.
Orpington just looks at Grimrock and he just says, maybe you can use that from this range.
Sure, okay.
And that's dexterity instead of strength to hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dang it. Something so big. So, Grimrock, is it Grimrock?
Dwarfington has a good idea.
And so he takes his Titan bow out, takes aim, and shoots. I got an 18.
An 18 total.
Yeah.
Your bow does nothing. Like it might catch the massive projection, but it has no effect. Like you don't destroy any of these stone thingies.
Grimrock looks at that, looks back to Dwarfington.
Grimrock don't think I work.
It seems so.
You have,
Let's see what
another,
else
you have
we can
another
do.
attack. You have remember you get 3 attacks per attack action.
Well, then he tries again to see what if there's any. No, that one won't work. $19 any good?
19 doesn't hit.
And Grimrock's just saying,
Oh yeah, all arrows just bouncy bounce off them. Grimrock want to hit them.
You have your one last attack.
"Oh, that was 3 attacks now."
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't hear the.
Yeah, one of them missed.
All right. So then, you know, again, all scurrying up. One of them actually hits you, Vargas, the one that you have grappled. Not that I really need to know what to ask what you're doing next, but for everyone else's edification, what are you going to do now?
As a bonus action, I'm raising 30 feet up in the air and making a bite attack on this guy.
Okay.
Please work.
And something made of stone. You want to bite it?
It's 19, 20, 21, 22. What? Am I proficient in my bite attack?
Yeah.
Yes.
So 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
27. You bite into this stone thing, and at first it just feels completely solid. Before almost like a crust, the stone begins to give in.
Yeah, and I'm forgoing damage.
Yeah, I know. So you can regain recoveries.
Yes, I regain 6 recoveries, and then I hold this thing out and let it go. And it falls 60 feet.
Yeah, that one shatters. Like there's no question about it. It just.
And then all you hear from up above you,
Grimrock want to hit something.
So jump down.
But it's Dwarfington's turn now.
But hold on, Dwarfington? Dwarfington,
Yeah.
do you see? Do you see the tank?
No. I have not seen one similarity between tank and you right now. I'll be honest. But yeah.
Let me now that this is like there's so little going on, and I'm assuming that Vargas may feel cocky about himself at the moment. Can everyone roll me a perception check?
Oh man.
It's not a difficult one. Don't worry.
Yeah, but what if I roll like 3?
16
Yeah,
minus 1.
Okay. So Vargas will see this. What does Dwarfington get? And Grimrock?
3.
Okay.
3.
Okay, you got 3. So you don't see it. And Grimrock?
14.
Okay, Grimrock and Vargas can see in the way off distance, right, by the base of this mountain. Like you guys didn't really notice it, but the clouds part, the sunlight shines through, and the glint is what really catches your eye. And though it looked like it might have been part of the mountain, from where you were at, you couldn't quite see. You see this giant metal form toss up what looks to be like a person, and like snap. Looks like it's kind of, you can see it. It looks avian almost, but just encased entirely in metal, and it bites this person in half, and then it goes back down.
Grimrock goes.
Okay.
But Dwarfington, not seeing this, what do you do since it's your turn?
Yeah, Dwarfington looks down at all of these statue people moving. He tries to see how much area like they are spread around. How many are there? Like
They're all
the
swarming
total
up.
area.
Yeah, they're all swarming up the projection's leg.
Yeah, so there are still a lot. Like I would say 50 feet or something, or more than that.
Well, no, they're not enough of them to cover an entire 50. Actually, yeah, they are. Wow.
They are?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Well, Dwarfington is just going to try this one stupid thing. But first, how high are we?
Vargas, how high are you holding them up?
Probably about chest height.
Yeah, so you're about.
What would that be like? 50 feet? 60
No, about
feet?
60 feet.
Yeah, cool. So you see, Dwarfington sees all of this and he just points his palm down and kind of like an acid drops from the above and touches the ground.
Okay.
And all of a sudden a huge cube is made. I think Vargas is how big? How high? Vargas is like 30 feet high.
Vargas himself, the real Vargas, is on his mirror 60 feet high. So he's about your level, just floating on a mirror.
Yeah, so there's going to be like a 50 feet cube made of melt. And I'm going to take 4 levels of Haggard. I have 5 levels of Haggard right now, right? If I'm not wrong.
Oh,
we have
max?
5 Haggard levels? Yeah.
Yeah, you have 5 Haggard max.
Yeah, so, from the Bond,
Polydraconic Faithful, okay.
I have Melt, and I can cast high level Melt by using Haggard. So I cast it at level 5.
So describe how you melt all these stone figures.
Yeah, so as the drop just, slowly goes down, it just bursts this wave of some strange liquid that slowly dissolves everything. And it's kind of like, the world has come an end for those creatures in all stone, and they just vanish. They don't even turn to dust, but instead they just vanish. And all of a sudden, even the liquid from the center, it starts like creating a sphere, and that also vanishes.
All right, and Vargas, you start to see a little bit of smoke and get a very acrid smell rising up from your mirror. Though that's all.
Yeah.
So
I just look over at him. You're lucky these things are unbreakable.
Nothing in that 50-foot cube. There is no, even the ones that weren't animated, the stone figures that weren't moving or attacking, they're not even there anymore. There's nothing. There might be like some smoke coming up from the grass.
Yeah.
So as a party, what do you do now? There's still plenty of stone figures throughout the entirety of this open field. And that thing you saw in the distance.
Yeah. Well, Dwarfington is first gonna use his heal on himself at level 5 to try to get himself to max. And Vargas is how badly hurt? I don't think Vargas is hurt at all, right?
Yeah, he is.
Well, he's gonna use Cure on Vargas as well. So, no, actually, I'm going to use Cure Wounds on Grimrock and Vargas. So, separately.
Okay.
For Vargas, let's see.
Yeah, Vargas had 5 hit points left.
Okay, so 8,
How many healing potions,
7,
Josh?
15, 19, 26. Wait a second, I rolled a bit too many. Sorry. Yeah, re-rolled, so 6, 13, 15, 17, and 24, and 24 into 4 would be
40, 56.
96.
No, not
96.
96. Oh, 20. Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
24, 96, right?
96,
So that's
yeah.
96 points of healing. How badly are you still hurt?
Nah, I'm not that bad. I'm well above my beat up threshold.
And what about, well, I still have more left, so if you want.
That puts me at 101 of my 131.
Man, the meta is real.
Yep. But anyways, I've got to use all of my healing, so I cast a level 3 again. I'm gonna heal everyone. That's why I'm here. So 13, 21. Why am I rolling more? Wait a second. Or am I counting wrong? No,
I don't know. I
counting
can't.
Right.
You're using
It's
dice stream, but I
7,
can't see any of your dice.
Yeah, because camera is off.
Yeah.
Lines. It's 786 this time. So 14, 21, and 21 into 4 would be
84.
84. Yeah. So, and he's going to use the last 2 of his mana to heal Grimrock, which is going to be 9, and 9 into 4 is 36. And then Dwarfington is going to consume a potion of rejuvenation.
Greater or lesser?
It's greater.
All right, cool.
That's the only thing I have.
Yeah, so you know, you
So
get you fully healed, you get all your mana back.
all my recoveries back.
All your
All my
recoveries.
Haggards back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one more thing, the other Dwarfington, he also summons his own Master Feyblade. So now we have 2 Master Feyblades floating around each other.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's it for me. I think I've done enough.
So while this is going on, those who noticed before might be inclined to see another figure sort of tossed up, right? And this time it doesn't seem like the massive metal form moved much until the figure is in its apex, and it just shoots itself up, snaps it in half, and then like shoots itself back down, even before the body hits the ground.
But Dwarfington doesn't see this. He's too busy healing and stuff.
And
monster, Nelson, could we tell a high size of a monster? Like, does it, from this distance, does it look really big?
Oh yeah. It was pressed up against the mountain, right? But when you finally noticed it, it looks like it's far larger than the stone figurines, and it's throwing them up, with its beak, and just snapping at them and snapping them in half, basically eating half of whatever it throws up in a single gulp.
Grimrock says,
Grimrock thinks so. Looks like a really big monster. Grimrock hopes he doesn't have to fight that.
oh, we're probably gonna have to fight it. I say as the
What are
mirror
you
I'm
guys?
standing on kind of floats over towards the hand.
And in
as
the clouds,
Dwarfington,
the
I'm
brownie is still sitting there with his feet, swinging backwards and forwards. He's got like a big box of popcorn. He throws a few popcorn in his mouth. He grins and just nods. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dwarfington, as Grimrock says, there's this big monster. Dwarfington is like, what big monster are you talking about?
Grimrock points to the direction where he saw the thing.
Hey, over there.
Dwarfington looks there to see if there is a monster.
You can now, being directed to it, it's up against the mountain, And at first it looks like it's hard to make out until you finally see some light glinting off the metallic surface. And that's when you notice that the form is actually not part of the mountain. If you guys take a moment to try to really get a good look without moving any closer, you don't know if you can't tell from this distance if there's grass or anything growing on this thing, but a great deal of it is pretty green. And the other metallic parts look kind of, the shinier bits look orange. Or orange-ish.
I wonder if that's the monster that turned everyone to stone.
Probably is. By the way, Dwarvington, you're a healer. Would you mind if I have a snack?
A snack?
Yes. It won't hurt much.
Dwarfington steps a few steps back, like near Grimrock. He's like, he's like wide open. What do you mean it won't hurt?
Give him an
I thought you
apple.
wanted-
I just want a little drop of blood.
The Grimrock.
Dwarfington look at his arm. He's kind of like concerned with what's gonna happen if he lets him. He just looks at Grimrock. He's like, if he does something stupid, beat him. I trust you, okay? He just whispers so the other guy doesn't listen to. Yeah, sure. Can I just give you blood by cutting off a bit of my finger?
Trust me, it won't hurt. And I pick you up in a gigantic bear hug, and I bite attacking Dwarfington. What? I need the recoveries.
Yeah, that's cold.
Do I have to roll to hit?
It depends if he doesn't let you.
Are you going to try to wriggle out of my grasp? Like, it's not going to do any damage.
Well, you can do it. Dwarfington has one arm. What can he do?
You did remember you said if Grimrock, if he does anything bad, hit him. That's what you said.
That's up to Grimrock now. What do you think would be bad?
So he just reaches down and just bites into your shoulder. No damage happens. And you just feel a little of your blood enter his mouth, which he drinks and then sets you down.
Vampire doggy!
Dwarfington is to like Grimrock. You can hug him. But Ray, do we move on now? Are you done recovering?
Yes, thank you.
Grimrock hasn't finished yet. Grimrock's going to hit him.
Sure, go ahead. Don't worry, I can heal him.
Why are you going to hit me?
She did something bad.
You did. You bit him. You quite literally attacked him.
I'm jumping back over to my mirror and lowering them to the ground.
So how are you proceeding the rest of the way?
First, I'm looking at a Grimrock. Are you going to hit me if I come down there?
Dwarfington said I have to hit you if you did something bad. You're a bad dog.
I didn't do anything bad. I just took a little nibble.
That's bad.
It's fine. It happens all the time amongst my people.
Bleh.
So yeah. Again, this time with almost in the quite lull of this dialogue, you might hear another from the distance.
I think
Grimrock's not going that way. Grimrock wants to go back that way.
Grimrock
Grimrock.
points behind him, suggesting them they go back to the castle.
But Grimrock, you might be able to hit something there.
Not that thing.
I lower myself back down to the ground, step off my mirror, and dismiss the massive projection.
Wait a minute. Did we? Did you? What? What?
Yeah, I lowered you to the ground first.
All right.
I'm not
okay.
dropping you 60 feet.
He lowered you to the ground a little while ago.
No, he does. As he gets back on the ground, he does kind of look over at Dwarvington, licks his maw. Never had dwarf blood before. You're tasty.
Grimrock lifts off his hammer.
What? I don't need it. I don't need another snack. I'm just complimenting him.
That is not a compliment I would be happy with.
Grimrock hits you if you do something bad.
I'm not going to do anything bad. I was complimenting him. The taste of your blood is an amazing compliment where I come from.
Dwarfington goes behind Grimrock, kind of like hiding, and he just says, okay, we can talk about the blood later, but for now, what do we do? Are we moving on?
Grimrock not one vampire dog anymore.
Yes, Grimrock, we'll find you a new one. Once we've done this, we'll probably have money too.
You guys,
Grimrock not need any more crayons.
you guys can, or whoever wishes, can see us. Other than this clearing of just nothing, and the slight smell, that slight acrid smell, from where the stone figures begin again. A little past that, you see maybe one or two of them moving, but they seem to be moving in an opposite direction, moving away from you guys towards the mountain.
What's moving? Sorry, Nelson.
Amongst the sort of horde of stone figures, you see other stone figures that are moving. A small handful of them are moving towards the mountain.
Oh. Do they see us?
You just notice them moving away, and moving away rapidly.
Grimrock wants to know, do we follow them?
We certainly have to go in that direction.
Well, then let's move. It's better than standing in one place and doing nothing.
I agree.
We still have to find the wizard.
And as he says this, he says we should move forward. He notices he spins a different ring on his now large scythe, and the scythe blade slowly contracts back into the staff, and the staff shrinks down to a normal size staff, and the two decorative heads you've seen before appear.
Grimrock sees all this, shakes his head.
Strange dog.
It's not that strange where I come from.
This dog has learned a bit too many tricks.
Strange tricky dog. Strange tricky dog that drinks blood.
As soon as you say that, he kind of smiles at you, as much as a person with a snout can smile. So it looks kind of evil.
Grimrock smash you if you do that again.
Then he taps his
We should
staff.
move.
He taps his staff, steps back. Good.
Grimrock. I know, Grimrock. You want a good dog. You do not want this one. But for now, we should move on. We do not have. We probably should find the wizard as fast as we can.
Those of you who are large can see the stone figures that were moving away. They're getting further and further to the point where they're almost blending into the figures that are standing still.
Begin to move forward. I'm, of course, banishing before I do.
So you're
Once
only
again-
moving forward 30 feet at a time, max.
Oh, I'm riding a mirror. Like, 2 of his mirrors are floating near them,
Yeah.
and he is riding on another one at 30 feet above.
Yeah, that's because your mirrors only move 30 feet, though.
Yeah.
That's what I mentioned. You could not move faster than that.
I know.
But the other 2 of you, like, at what speed would you like to try to move?
We're just walking, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, no, Grimrock's just walking. I'm not speaking for Dwarf.
Yep, carefully. We are in enemy territory, and there are a lot of walking statues, and there's a beast behind us, which might attack us anytime. We don't know. What it feel like? So yeah.
There's a beast in front of us, is there not?
I think he was talking about me.
No, not you.
So
I'm-
the 2
I'm a
versions of
ninja here,
Dwarfington,
Yep.
the 2 versions of Dwarfington and Grimrock are walking on the ground and just floating above these statues is is Vargas on one of his unbreakable mirrors. Right. If you're moving at your like full walking speed, it takes a while. But you do catch up to these figures that are they're not like running. They look like they're making running motions, but they're moving very slowly. Oh no, these ones are actually moving. Yeah, floating on the mirror above Vargas. You can get a better view since you have a higher look. Grimrock, you can't see these things anymore. But Vargas, you notice that they're actually breaking away. They're moving faster than you. They're actually like just running. And you know, being that you have the bird's eye view, these figures, these statues look a little bit beefier, burlier, and they look to have shields.
But they're running away from us, not towards us.
Yes. And they're definitely statues.
Vargas will kind of tap his staff again as another version of him once again steps out of a mirror right near them. And as it does so, it looks at them and says, "The ones running away from us look a little bigger, and they seem to have shields."
That sounds dangerous. We should
Yes,
be
it does.
cautious. Yeah, but slowly we still Dwarfington is gonna move ahead, really slow. I don't know if Grimrock is following. Grimrock is still following.
Grimrock's still there. He hasn't went anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are more statues which are bigger and have shields now. So yeah, Dwarfington keeps on moving forward.
All right. At what speed are you guys moving forward?
Still the same. The walk
Still
speed.
the same?
Yeah.
All right. There doesn't seem to be anything that happens. Vargas, you know, still being in the air, you see them just getting further and further away. And now you're 30 feet in the air. You're kind of having a little bit of trouble finding where they are, as you know, they just bleed off towards the horizon line amidst all these countless statues.
Oh, crap.
And they're moving in the direction of the mountain, if you didn't know.
Vargas lowers his mirror to the ground and steps off, dismissing all the spells except Unbreakable Mirror. Well, hopefully they can keep up with me. I don't think they can. Do they move automatically when I move?
What?
My Unbreakable Mirrors.
The mirrors, I believe you have to spend your bonus action to move them. And they only move 30 feet.
Well, he looks over at the other two. They're getting away faster. We're going to need to pick up pace.
I
Why?
guess that
Jez,
Mountain is that way.
yes, and we're moving towards the mountain. As are they.
Okay.
Would you rather them get into a defensive position before we're able to attack them?
Does it matter?
I think they'd be easier to fight if they weren't dug in somewhere.
Then we have to run.
Agreed.
So you're running towards them?
yeah, a bit faster, I guess now.
Yeah, picking up pace.
All right. Vargas, your mirrors cannot keep pace with a run.
Yeah, I figured as much. Just missed the mirrors.
All right. So what are you guys' speeds?
25.
30. Oh, damn. So if you guys don't slow down, you'll outrun Dwarfington.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to outrun them both, actually.
Grimrock carries the two Dwarfingtons.
Okay.
Well, he can carry one and I can carry the other.
You know, as Grimrock carries both of them on each of his shoulder, it's kind of like both of the massive swords are right beside Grimrock, kind of like moving with them as he's wearing some sort of armor or something.
Yeah, because my speed right now is 40.
Yeah, you can outrun everyone.
But
How
I'll keep
fast-
pace
yeah.
with Grimrock.
Okay.
You what?
I'm going to keep pace with you.
Okay.
All right. So you guys run for a few minutes, but you never catch these the figures, and you're only moving in like their last known direction, because you get no sight of them.
I'm going to cast Project an eyeball 120 feet above me.
Doing that, 120 feet above you, you can see them, and you see this creature. Roll me a spot check. Perception, sorry.
16.
16 total?
I haven't added my stuff in yet. I've got to get a dice that's easier to read, though.
Could help.
15.
15? Okay.
16 minus 1.
You spot these figures. There's about 7 of them, and they're running off, and you see the metal sort of behemoth that you were seeing. You can tell well enough from your bird's eye view that this monstrosity seems to be kind of in the form of a bird, of like this giant sort of nesting bird, nesting in front of a cave entrance, not nearly large enough for it. And every few minutes that goes by, it seems to extend an elongated neck, grab a statue, and right before it closes its beak on the statue stops being a statue and becomes alive. Throws it up, snaps at it, and the stone figures that are running away from you guys are running directly, making a beeline to the giant behemoth. And with your bird's eye view, you can tell that you're moving just as fast as them. You're not losing any ground, but you're not gaining any ground either.
Well, they're moving as fast as us, and they're heading right towards that behemoth, which, by the way, right before it eats those people, yeah, they're not stone anymore.
Well, that tells us how stoning works.
Yeah. However, I don't think I can carry all of you.
Though, I wonder, should we battle? Can't we just sneak past that?
We might be able to. Although I'm pretty sure at some point, especially if we take out this evil wizard, we're probably going to have to fight his pet.
But what if this pet itself is controlled by or created by the evil wizards?
But you gotta say it like this. What if this pet too? You're still running, right?
Yeah, I'm not sitting on top of Grimrock, so.
Oh, okay. So you're
no
just like,
problem. Yeah, and in sync voice, like there's a double voice coming in. They both are saying the same things.
Well, they're running. I'm flying.
so are you going to up the pace?
I'm the only one that can.
Are you going to up the pace? You're the only one with the option to, but will you?
Oh, I'm going to regret this. I'm going to begin to gather power. Lift up into the air and fly forward at my full speed.
And Grimrock's panting as he's running.
Where is he going?
I do not think he's going to do something good. This looks bad. This looks really bad.
Is he running to monster?
Yes, apparently he is, and that doesn't bring in good memories for me.
If you're flying forward at your full speed, you're doing this from the feature.
Yeah.
You can only you're moving 40 feet around, right?
Yeah.
They're double moving every round, so they're moving 60 feet around.
I can't gather power and double move.
No.
Oh, son of a bitch! Let's do it from the ground.
So, like, you know this is not going to catch them.
Stop gathering power, let myself land, and full on move.
Okay. They had a head start on you because you guys didn't chase them right away, right? So what did they have, like 3 rounds before you decided to run after them?
Almost, I would say.
All right, so it's going to take 3 rounds for Josh to catch up to them, right? And it's going to take you fine gentlemen 4. If they stop, it's going to take you about 4 to catch up to Josh, right? Sure. Oh, no. Ooh, no. Oh, God. If Brian, Sahib, if you'd like to take a break.
Yeah, sure. Because something bad's coming.
He's moving about 20 feet faster than you every round. So, to cover that that distance, it's not going to take 4. It's going to take 8 rounds for you to catch up.
That's totally fine. We'll see from far away what's going to happen to him and decide what we're going to do.
All right. So, Vargas, You've got 3 rounds to try to do anything you want to do, right? And 2, well, you have 2 rounds to do something without seeing them, right?
I'm moving too fast to cast any of my spells.
Okay. So when you manage to see them, they see you. They know you're coming. Yeah, they know you're coming. And 5 of them stop. 2 of them continue to run. And the 5 that stop spin around and then take position side by side, throwing shields in front of them, overlapping their shields, and laying down stone swords on top in a phalanx formation.
Nice.
What do you do?
How far away from me far away from me are they at this point?
Single move. 30 feet, actually, but for you, it's,
Okay. I'm going to skid to a stop. Spend 3 recovery to cast Unbreakable Mirror.
Okay.
And then tap my staff to cast Project.
All right. The staff is a bonus action to cast?
No, staff
the
is a
staff is
full
an
action.
What is your Unbreakable Mirrors bonus action? Sorry.
Yeah, bonus action is Unbreakable Mirrors.
Okay. Is that all you do?
Yeah, that's all I do right now.
All right. So the 5 that stopped draw close to you. They march inward and move 30 foot up to start surrounding you, to encircle you. Only 3 of them can actually get their attacks. And I'll use dice stream because I don't want to roll that many dice. Which, this is not going to be good for you because they're probably not going to miss. Because your AC is what, 17?
Yes, my AC is 17.
Can you see my dice stream?
Are they cold iron weapons?
The stone.
They pass right through me.
All right.
All 3 attacks.
Let me look at the thing. Is okay. So they attack once, and they all pass through you. One of them looks like it's about to smash your head to bits, or not smash your head. Probably gut you pretty badly since you're taller than them. And then they draw back, and in a almost too fluid and too trained of a motion for simple statues to move, they unleash their second attacks.
I cast Reaction. As a reaction, I cast Swap.
Okay. You swap with what?
My Projection.
Which is all the way back by your friends?
You said they gathered around me. My Projection would have been near me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you kept it with you. All right. So they why would they only attack you if there was 2 of you?
I don't know, but you said they only attacked me.
Okay, well, we'll say that your projection gets messed up since another crit was rolled. And then next round they're oh well, that means the other 2 can attack where your projection was. All right, there you go. So the final 2, well, I'll just roll all their attacks at once. So assuming you swapped after the first volley of attacks, those first 2 would hit your projection. When swapping with your projection, those 2 attacks would hit you.
Okay.
And each deals 19 bludgeoning damage.
Holy shit.
So you get hit for 19, 29, 38 total. And that's the end of the first round. And what is it that you do? It's the beginning of your next round, bro.
Okay. My mirror's turning flat. I'm jumping on top of it, and this bonus action, I'm raising it 30 feet in the air.
They get attacks of opportunity on you.
Fuck.
Since it's obviously that you're running away, but let's do the 3 that can.
Luckily, my project's still there. So.
Yeah. Your AC 17, right?
Yeah, my AC is 17. Unless what is it to activate bracers of the wall?
You should know your own magic items, man. You have the rules.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it now. I figured you would know it off the top of your head.
I'm keeping track of too many things in my brain right now.
Let me just do a search.
Braces of the wall. Bonus action.
Okay. Screw that. I'm not using my bonus action to run away. I'm using my bonus action to activate bracers of the wall.
But you ran away, and I rolled my attacks.
Okay.
Remember, this had an MA rating.
Just do it.
So I'm going to hit you up and beat you like a blonde-headed strap. No, is it blonde-headed or redheaded?
Redheaded. It's redheaded.
There you go. Why everybody got to mess with the redheads? That's so. No wonder Barlow was so angry. So with the 17 AC, you get hit 3 times for 19 bludgeoning apiece.
Okay, and that's what total?
57 in total.
Okay, I'm beat up.
Sure. And now you're beat up 30 feet in the air.
What would my concentration save be?
Well, it'd be 3 concentration saves. Half of 19 would be 10.
Passed. Thank God. Shit, I can't do that. Fuck.
Okay.
I'm on one of them. And I didn't overcharge that casting. My projection is going to try to grab one of them.
Okay.
Can he grapple him?
Yeah.
Okay, he is going to grab one of them, pick him up, and slam him into the other one.
You get 2 attacks a turn?
No, shit. Only with my blade.
Yeah. You can grab the one.
He's grabbing the one.
You doing anything else? Well,
No.
You can't do anything else. All right, so it's their go. So they all begin to surround and collapse on your projection. And because it doesn't matter, they all seem to be eviscerating your projection as far as blows, like blow after blow after blow after blow. And nothing's happening. Oh no, wait a minute. That's right. They don't collapse it at your projection. They just turn around and look at you in the sky. And they turn to run.
The fuck are these things?
And I mean, they still look like poorly crafted statues. You know, like sharp edges are rounded. And instead, you know, you can make out where helmets would be, and they probably would have. If it was a better make, you might notice more elven features, though they all seem a bit muted. They're all wearing armor. that seems to maybe have had a design at one point that's kind of undiscernible now. They all have shields and they all have swords, and except for the one grappled, they turn to run. So 4 of them turn to run to catch up with the other 2.
Yeah, I can't engage them in combat by myself, or it's going to kill me.
So we could say that eventually you dispatch the one that's grappled.
I have no choice but to let the others catch up to me.
Okay. So you let the others catch up to you. You can't chase these things. So in time, you just hear a loud and then you can see in the distance this thing stand up and take flight. This massive metal bird.
I'm taking out a healing potion and drinking it.
So whatever you want to do in about a minute, or if all of you would like to take a 5-minute break, bio, milk, drink, snacks.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll reconvene in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, shoot, Marv. There we go. Oh, shucks. I got too many things open. So, stone and stone and stone. You know, at the end of this, if you don't all die, which I'm hoping you don't. So for those watching, whether now or in the future, I don't know if I'm going to destroy them. I kind of don't want to destroy them. Like, I think I was wondering if this was going to be too easy, to be honest. But if indeed they do survive, and let's say come out on top, for the things they face, I'm going to show what I made. So I look behind the scenes. It's my really bad evil wizard laugh. He's a bad evil. Because he's evil, but he's very bad at being evil. So he's a bad evil. Not the wizard in this game. The wizard in this game is apparently, according to, I guess, popular belief or popular heroic belief, possibly misunderstood since there is no provable transgressions. But whether or not he's actually an evil wizard will be a question posed when everyone arrives back. And it sounds like one has arrived at it back.
I am back.
So, Dwarfington.
Yes.
This wizard still has yet to actually do anything to you. Would you feel comfortable on levying judgment on this wizard and whether or not he is indeed evil?
Dwarfington cannot say that for sure, as he has not yet done any evil act. I would say we invaded their lair. He only has the right to defend.
Oh, property dispute. Interesting angle.
But it depends. Though the phenomena of controlling time is indeed interesting. And seeing how the king was old, he might have wanted that for himself. Trying to become young again. Who knows? As for that, why would he go through so much trouble?
It's Nelson. Why would anyone do anything?
You know, I'll let you ask. I was saying, for the edification of any viewers that are currently watching or watching in the future, I was trying to fill the void by describing some things and letting them know that after the game, if you guys do indeed manage to come out on top, I will divulge a few things. So, like I asked Dwarfington as we wait for Grimrock to arrive, Vargas, would you be comfortable in levying judgment against this wizard as to whether or not he is indeed evil?
Sure, after I talk to him.
So we'll just wait for Brian to return.
Yes, Brian. Brian, where have you gone?
You asked me a simple question, which I answered.
So you'd be comfortable in levying judgment afterwards, which means the answer to your question was not indeed answered, but an alternative answer to a question that may have been asked but wasn't.
You didn't say immediately. You didn't say levying judgment immediately. You said levying judgment.
So Vargas is indeed a member of the local law guild. Not only is he a sorcerer supreme, well, we don't know how supreme he is, but
Is he more
not only is he a
supreme
sorcerer of
than
some
the
repute,
priest?
he was like, I gotta let these guys go. I can't face this stuff. All right. What do you think? What do you think of the things you're facing as finally this level 16, the first level of the epic heroic tier?
I think if we made a mistake and if I didn't had the melt, we might have died.
I don't think it was that bad, but
I think your enemy, your basic enemies are boss tier.
No, I mean still
you think so?
being on the ground, right, and all of them attacking you for like 116 damage, which you can literally not avoid because their AC is probably higher than 20 somewhere. I mean, the saving, so that was close. That was really close.
I'll tell you this much. As a window into enemy creation, that other than one thing, the first engagement you had was created straight out of the evildoer's toolkit.
Ooh, cool.
And the one thing that's not included in the core rules is the new trait that's with the rat collector,
Mm-hmm.
which is the swarm rule.
Ah, okay. So that's where that came from.
You guys there? Can anybody hear me? Nelson.
Yeah, I think Google Hangout had some issue.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I can't see anybody. My entire screen. I'll be right back. Hopefully,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think Google Hangout had some problem all of a sudden because I also froze.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Brian.
Where's Nelson?
Something happened. I think with the Hangout. I froze. Nelson also dropped. I think he'll be back in a second.
Right.
You.
Yeah. Your net bug and everyone else got fucking hangouts went weird on them.
That was just, I don't know what happened. That was just odd.
As you
That
notice,
was
there are
really
two
odd.
of me.
I see. I thought it was just a projection though. So
Shut up.
Made by a mirror that only has 1 HP.
the projection, well, when the projection is attacked, the mirror can be destroyed.
Yeah.
But he cast indestructible mirror. So the mirror doesn't get destroyed. It can only be counterspelled. However, nothing easy has even attempted to do any counterspelling yet, so we won't even get into that. Brian, did Brian come back?
Hello.
Hello, brother.
Right. This is what's happening. I've just had a major flare up. And
That's
that is not good. I'll slow down the game. So I will have to go.
brother.
That sucks, brother.
Oh.
Sorry.
I hope you feel better, man.
Now, would somebody like to take Grimrock? If you guys
I
want
don't
to.
know.
I don't think I can
don't
do
know.
Grimrock justice.
I don't think I want to control Grimrock, and I don't think we should let Josh control it because things can happen. I don't want to hand you over a dead character later on.
I mean, I could take control of Grimrock, but I also know everything about the enemies. So I don't think it's fair to me.
Well, you can sell the whole Grimrock as a simpleton kind of thing, and make him do stupid stuff.
I mean, he has a 6 intelligence, but he doesn't have a 6 wisdom. He's smart enough to know, I don't want to be here. Yeah, if you want to send me Grimrock, I'll try to juggle it within all these screens I have open.
Why don't we just
You'll understand. We need Grimrock if we are to survive.
Why don't we just take a break here and pick it up again, like in a week or two?
A week? I've only got 1 game I ran this week. Like, I wanted to run 2, and then I was sick. And I mean,
Yeah.
all right, we can stop here. We can stop here.
Oh, you guys can carry on. You don't.
No, we need you.
They do.
Honestly,
they kind of
like,
sort of really do.
I don't know if you guys can't tell. If you guys can tell, I'm not really in a mindset to be playing.
All right, well, I'll just cut this off. Stop the broadcast. Hello, good luck. Bye-bye. We'll pick it up later. Meh.